Hump Day, yeah!
Test. Test. Test, test, test.
Hump Day, yeah!
Yo, yo, check 1 2, check 1 2. Y'all hear me straight up? Yo, man, what a crazy week. Straight up, straight up. What up, traders? Goodness gracious, what a week. Happy Hump Day. Yeah. Yo, what's going on, traders? Happy Hump Day. It is your boy, Shimano Trader, live on the airways on the West Coast with the springtime forward. I'm freaking tired, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm freaking tired. But I'm up for you guys. I'm up to make money with you guys. So I want you guys to be up to make money with me as well. You know what I'm saying? Yo, yo. All right, guys, we are live. Welcome to the show. This is Shimano Trader. This is The Spread. We are a live stock trading show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific. Please check in, tap in. Thanks for hanging with us today. Let's go see what the market has in store for us today. All right, man, let's get into it. All right, check 1 2. Let's get into it. $2,500, huh? All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Just messing around here with some stuff on the stream. See if that works. Anyway, hey, thanks for hanging with your boy today. It's been interesting. All right, welcome to the show, man. Let's see what we got in store. I'm super tired, guys. Forgive me. All right. All right, traders, what's up with you guys, man? What's new and exciting? It's been a great week for me. Fun week, stressful week, just like I like them. Drink some of this coffee. All right, guys. All right, welcome to the show, man. Let's see what's going on. Let me just turn this music down. I mean, I love it, but sometimes, like I said, it's a little loud on the headphones. All right. Let me just check my OBS here. All right, I think we're good. All right, guys, welcome to the show, man. Let's see what we got the day has in store for us today. Let's get to the keys to the trade today with Verified Investing, brought to you by Garrett Soloway, and we'll do some some chart setups. I should probably, yeah, I'll get to that. Whoa. All right, guys, let's go right into it here. So, Market Blast brought to you by Verified Investing. This is Garrett Soloway on Twitter. Make sure you give him a follow at Invested Verified or Verified Investing. Anyway, bank term lending, the program, the BTFP, expired on March 11th, 2024. Most loans were taken out in the first month, so paying back that Federal Reserve has commenced. This should tighten liquidity in the system. So I don't know if you guys know anything about this program, but there is a great chart on it where they talk a lot about where it shows us how the government does this. This is when they this is what happened with the bank run with SVP. I think it's SVP, and then the situation happened where people started taking their money out of their banks. It's called a bank run. So the feds were worried about this. So what they did is they started to lend money out to banks at a much cheaper rate and offer liquidity to banks, offer them money, access to money, so then they can lend money and have money available should there be a bank run. It won't impact the bank like it did impact SVP. So this is called the Bank Repo Program, and this Bank Repo Program has been going on for a couple months, and it correlates a lot. At least Garrett Soloway makes the case where it correlates a lot with market top and market bottoms, and he's able to demonstrate that on a chart. But it's important for us to recognize that liquidity is what moves markets, and the system pumped in a bunch of money with this program, and now it's asking banks to pay that money back, what that's going to do is going to suck money out of the system, and therefore possibly have the opposite effect it did once they put money into the system. So we're going to see how that goes and, well, how it plays out. But if anything, that could mean is that we might be at the top of the market. But that is not my opinion or my recommendation or anything like that. I'm just sharing my opinion with you. The reverse repo has returned to a more normalized level of 500 billion. It has reached a 2.5 trillion at its height. This is tightening. This is a tightening of liquidity as well that should start to take effect over the next few months. Dollar Tree reports earnings that don't impress investors, faces significant headwinds. Plans to close 970 stores. Good Lord. CRE issues increase. Stock falls 6%. Market rally in spite of a higher inflation was likely based on probabilities of a June cut being locked at 62% odds. Investors are hoping once the Federal Reserve starts cutting, they won't stop. Markets now await the PPI data coming on Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern. That must be next Wednesday, right? Not today, Wednesday. And Tesla is cut to sell rating by Wells Fargo, sees 30% downside. Wow, Jesus Christ. All right, oh, that's interesting, right? All right, traders, those are the news for today. Pretty good, interesting. I mean, the market, there's this saying that says that the market can stay, what's the word that they use? The market can stay irrational longer than you can remain solvent. Well, that's kind of what was happening here. You're getting this reaction from the market that perhaps is not what you would expect a market to react in the environments in which it currently is going through. But it also reveals to you, I'm so tired. My brain's fried right now. All right, man. Play of the week, though, guys. Boeing. Woo! Boeing it's down another $2 before the market opens. Oh, what's going to happen to that thing? All right, and then Snap. Looks like we might be getting a little bit of a pullback in the market. I just got on right now. We're going to do our SPY charts, our SPY levels. But I just opened up my Thinkorswim, so I'm gonna just kind of look at where things are at. Marvel, Baba, Baba pulled back. Yeah, Baba pulled back to our entry level. And then Lyft, we are seeing or identifying a cup and handle pattern on Lyft. So if you go to the daily chart on Lyft, you will see that there is this like sorry guys, hang on a second here. I'm just checking my trade casters. Always acting up. Oh, the trade caster acts up. I don't know if it's my settings or what, but anyway. All right, so Lyft. If you go to the daily chart on Lyft, you'll see what is possibly a cup and handle pattern, and we're actually playing that. So even though we're on leap calls on Lyft, we're still trying to play the shares. So we're kind of in and out of Lyft right now, so we're gonna see how that plays out. And then let me see. Yeah, we're gonna set up our SPY charts right now. Oh, there's our SPY chart. Man, 30 minutes. All right, man, we're gonna set up our levels here with the SPY chart. Just looking around the market here. Oh, Tesla. Oh, Tesla got to sell. That's what happened. And it's down $4. Yeah, I had been cutting back my Tesla shares. I might have added though. I mean, sometimes the market just makes no sense. I just finished reading an article about why Tesla may have bottomed, and it making a bullish case for it. Super strange. I don't know why I keep reviewing here. Man, that is a rough. Good for me, but rough for Boeing. Maybe I need some eye drops. Actually helped. My eyes were dry. That's what it was. That's why I can't focus, because my eyes were dry. Wow, what a significant difference that was. All right, traders. So let's do our levels here for SPY. We're gonna maximize this grid. Let's see what we find. So, all right, this is so we've been pumping overnight. So we're gonna set these levels. This is at 30 minutes. This is where we like it. Let's auto zoom it here. All right, so pre-market levels here. Previous day high, activate this bar. This is our previous day high, right about there. Yeah, right about there, previous day high. Previous day low. Man, we got really low yesterday, huh? We got a major spike. Oh, that's quite a range today. Okay, so that's our previous day low, previous day high. Let's grab our pre-market low. No excuses. All right, in our pre-market high. Yeah, so we got a tight range on the pre-market level, and we have quite a huge range on the daily levels. So our previous day high, previous day low is quite a range, but we're pretty tight on the pre-market high and low. So that's interesting to see how that's gonna play out. No excuses. It's funny. You funny, huh? All right, guys, that's how we're at right now on our SPY levels. Yeah, so Tesla is gonna take a little dump today. I think I might have bought some yesterday. All right, and then Apple, we've been adding to this position on the share side. We're averaged in about 172.25 with a pretty heavy position on the share side. So we'll see if Apple gives us some love here as it approaches the 200-day moving average on the daily. On the hourly. On the daily, we got quite a bit to go. But it also seems like we're trying to reclaim the 5-day EMA line on the 4 hours. It looks like we're trying to reclaim, right? There you see this little formation here. Maybe a consolidation or sell-off, gap down. And then we've just kind of been rounding about here in the bottom. This was Friday. We had some pretty good action. We're still below Friday's high on Apple. But I think that it's important that we recognize here that we probably are going to get some upward momentum on Apple. Maybe some money starts coming back into Apple here just based on this candle formation here. So let's see how that works out. We're going to put it back on the hourly, but it looks pretty healthy to me, right? Oh no, that's not what I meant to do there. So it looks pretty healthy to me here. Let's a little bit of a upward support there. Maybe we can draw. You can see it. Sometimes it's very obvious, but I like I don't know who said that before, that if you have to squint to catch a level, then it's probably not there. We have a little bit of support there, and then that's using the pre-market levels as well. So I'd keep an eye on Apple. I'd keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye out. Maybe I should put a different level here. The color. I usually don't mess with the colors. I don't even know why I'm doing it right now. I should just leave it white. But we are going to put a little dash on it just because it's not a permanent line. See if we can catch that. So yeah, man, that's your little bit of an action there on Apple. See if it can continue its upward, slow crawling upward momentum. Okay, and then Boeing is probably the trade of the week for me, probably the trade of the month so far. As of yesterday, we're up almost 300% on this trade with 3 days until expiration. So when that opens today, this morning, we expect it to have a pretty healthy premium on it already. Like, it should be worth some pretty good chunk of change. So we'll see how that works out. All right, guys, so we're ready. We're about probably about 13 minutes or so away from market open. So enjoy some of the tunes in the background. You've already seen my levels here for SPY. And let's see how that plays out. We do have, I think we might have, no, we still have some other positions open that we probably have to keep an eye on here. Oh, IoT, Alibaba, and Lyft. Those are some of our other share positions. Yeah, so Lyft looks a little bit, has a little bit of pressure there. Trying to get back to our entry level there. And then Baba as well, and then IoT, right? So it should be, and then oil's popping, guys. Oil is popping. Yeah, it's been hard to trade oil. It has been a little bit challenging to trade oil. But it's incredible how resilient this market is, even despite a strong CPI print yesterday. Despite that hotter than print. I mean, we're up, I think, 2 months in a row with kind of sticky inflation, as Gareth likes to say. Then the S&P is at 5175. VIX, the VIX had spiked, but it's regressed since. Yeah, kind of pinned there. Might have had AMD, huh? AMD here. Yeah, we do have an AMD open. We're not in Snap, right? No, we're not in Snap. No, I didn't list the sell price on that. Yeah, it sucks with Tesla. Baba. AMD. Well, we're in another position though. No, we're gonna get clapped on ADM. Well, we've got until April 12th, so let's be patient with that one. Doe is gone. Man, I can't wait to see how that opens up, how Boeing opens up. It's gonna be insane. All right, traders, we got about 9 minutes until the market opens. How you feeling? All right, guys, let's see. All right, we're ready on SPY. We're ready for the day, guys. We're ready for the day. Got our level set. Feeling good. A little tired, but we back, baby. We on it. We on it.
Hump Day, yeah.
Let's make some money today, guys. Tesla's falling. Poor Tesla. I wonder if this is like the dip on Tesla, but no, that thing's gonna go lower. It'll pop there. Wow, Boeing. You know, I changed my creamer on my coffee, and this new creamer, I was reluctant about it. It actually tastes pretty good. And Bitcoin 72,872. Where you at? Where you at? Buying at these levels is crazy, man. Crazy. It is crazy. All right, guys, we got about 8 more minutes to the show. 8 minutes to the show. 8 minutes until market opens. What are you guys trading today? Put it in the chat. Any ideas? Oh, you guys want to look at? We'll look at Snap in a little bit. Oh, Yahoo. That's what we want. That's what we want to open. SPY looks pretty good there. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, pop on Boeing? Yeah, right. It's insane with Boeing, man. Wow. Wow. Yeah, poor Tesla too. Hey man, I'm convinced this week so far, just because of the way my trade has been going with Boeing. I'm just so convinced that it's about A+ setups, baby, all day long, all day long. You gotta fight that urge to trade every freaking thing you say. 5 minutes into the market opens, guys. 5 more minutes into the market opens. Damn. Yo. All right, so we set up our charts. We're ready to rock here with SPY. The SPY levels. Probably won't be taking a lot of trades today, but we are going to be trying to enjoy the market and try to stay entertaining somehow.
Perfect.
Hey man, what's up with all these? What's up with all these drugs to lose weight? I mean, what's the deal with that? This we're so manipulated. It's incredible. It's sad. Nah, I'm sorry, man. Not at the moment. Yeah, they got these fat drugs. This is pretty incredible how they push it, and it's all the talk, and there's all these side effects as well that they're never talked about. Yeah, Tesla's might flush here. Yeah, we'll see how the market looks. I mean, overnight it looks like we were very healthy. Market's pushed up overnight. We'll see how we're gonna see what kind of impact it has on us today. I know, based on the keys to the trading day, Dollar Tree wasn't looking so good either. Dollar Tree here. So wow, look at that dump on Dollar Tree. Good Lord. Wow. So all my Dollar Tree holders, man, you went from 151. I think we closed at 149.69. You're currently down $20. Wow. I want to do a daily, right? That's what we want to do. Tripping here. Yeah, so we've been looking at Dollar Tree. Just looking at it, looks like it barely filled the gap there before the flush. You might have been in it at one point, down in the 115 area. Yeah, so that's some previous. Yeah, we've been studying this chart here for Dollar Tree, but it had really terrible earnings, weak guidance. They've got some issues. Look at this run from 102 up to 149, and then we're gonna dump to 129 at open. Wow. Tesla's under some pressure this morning. Yeah, poor, you're always messing with this guy. But that is a very strong level of support that has been breached. So that's something to keep in mind. And also the expected range here, we're probably going to hit towards the bottom of the range, or we might not. We've just been hanging out in the middle the last 3 days. We'll see how it does today. Just going to stay patient with Tesla. It's so easy to get negative on Tesla. It moves a lot. So we'll see how it acts today. And then Boeing, man, the trade of the century for me. All right, guys, here we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, 399% on the Boeing trade. Let's see if we can hang on to those profits. Wild though. Probably pay for my truck with this. Let's see how we're looking at open here, especially with this Tesla dump. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh. What the heck? Okay. Tripping. All right, a little bit of a candle here, red candle on SPY. Boeing's pushing higher here. It's just market open. Let the market digest it. That's what it is. A little bit of a red candle here on SPY. All right, I did a mistake. Boeing's popping a little bit here. There you go. That's better. Funny. A little bit of a bounce here on Boeing, trying to shake out the bears, probably. Oh, there's a little bit of a pop on Tesla. Give it to the haters. Yeah, a little bit of pump there. Apple staying strong. Nice pop on lift, guys. Nice pop on lift. Baba's popping too. Nice big candle on Baba. Pop on Boeing too. Trying to shake us out. I'm so nervous with Boeing. I'm so nervous with Boeing. Well, I should get us green on our shares. At least somewhat recovered. Yeah, so what happens on the premium is spikes. It's trying to scare you out of that position. All right, Apple's kind of sideways. Been sideways here since overnight. We'll see where that ends up. You see Tesla came up to what used to be a real strong support. It's now testing it as resistance. think we skipped this one last time. Yeah, we did. All right, baby. Little green, little red candle here on SPY. Tesla hanging tough so far. Screw the haters. See if Boeing starts to pull back even more. I mean, it was down to 182.19. Just giving up something right now. Lyft is popping though. Something's going on with Lyft, guys. Lyft and Baba are on fire. IoT breaking out too. So it's looking good on the shares this morning. Yeah, very interesting here on Tesla testing this level. All right, little flush on SPY. We're literally 5 minutes into the open already. Barely 5 minutes. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, exciting stuff happening on the other charts here. Yeah, Lyft is pumping. So's IoT, and Baba's got a nice candle. Nice candle on Baba. AMD's falling. All right, traders. Market's been open for 6 minutes. How you feeling? You made $1,000 yet? $100,000 yet? Why not? Why haven't you made more money yet? Look at our cup and handle on Lyft. It's actually playing out. 315. Yeah, that's good. That looks good. Yeah, little red candle here on SPY. Tesla's getting pushed down at that real strong support level that used to be support is now flipped into resistance. Then Boeing, I know we're going to catch a candle here to the downside on Boeing. I think Boeing's screwed. A little flush on Apple too, little red candle on Apple. So you see a little miniature, downtrend here. Just a tiny one. That's the stuff that my eyes get drawn to. We'll see if that continue to get pushed down. We have a healthy position on Apple, so a lot of fluctuation on that impacts that portfolio. Yeah, little red candles everywhere. IoT looks strong, breaking out. Yeah, we'll see where money goes and how things play out right now. All right, here's a little pullback here on Boeing. We like to see that. I like to see that. Good. That's doing what it's supposed to on the Boeing side, which is to stay below the 5-day EMA line. Nice pop on Snap as well. AMD is losing its 5-day EMA line support. So look at that. Chips are starting to pull back. Interesting. All right, SPY is approaching the the morning low. The pre-market low. We'll see how it reacts at that level here. Tech looks weak. Apple starting to come back down to our entry level. Tesla getting rejected at that real strong support level has now turned into resistance. So that's interesting as well. Yeah, AMD's falling. Pretty nasty fall, actually, if you ask me. IoT breaking out. IoT is finally profitable. We need that thing to be profitable. Gotta keep an eye on Boeing for right now. So Apple breaking this. Oh, Apple is being rejected by this line here.
Hump Day, yeah.
All right, traders. SPY breaking pre-market low. SPY breaking pre-market low. Apple rolling over here a little bit. And Tesla's got downgraded this morning by Wells Fargo, so it's experiencing a sell-off. It's already down $3.33. But holding up surprisingly well, if you ask me. There is a downside, according to Wells Fargo, talking about it's down to like a 30% downside. That's what they're saying. Yeah, here's a little bit of red candles across the board. Apple is starting to fall. SPY breaking the pre-market low. Meanwhile, we have some pretty nice candles on Lyft, candles on IoT and BABA. Strong. Chips might be selling off today. $897,000. Look at this. No way. All right, little bit of a support here on SPY. I always like to say, look left. What are we seeing here? Not really seeing anything clearly. So that bounce there. Don't know exactly why it's bouncing. Yeah, we'd have to put like a longer time frame there. But little bit of a bounce happening there. Apple starting to roll over here, starting to get some downward momentum. It's going to be a great day, guys, today. Happy Hump Day. Hope your mind is clear, your focus. Remember, money that you need is cursed. A little bit of a pullback there. And Lyft, IoT, and BABA have chilled out a bit. Some nice candles, though. Not gonna lie. What a small world, man. Ooh, that sounds dope on the headphones. Oh, that sounds cool. I pants on my left to right on my headphones.
Good luck, traders.
All right, so a little bit of a pullback here on SPY. It's breaking the pre-market low. Most likely looking its way down. I would look at puts here on SPY right now. $516 probably puts for today. What are those worth? $85. What's $515? $50. All right, we're gonna take the $515s for today. We didn't get filled. Let's see if we get filled. We want 515 puts. I probably have to pay a little more for that. All right, so we're taking 515 puts here on SPY. Market looks pretty weak to me, so we're gonna jump onto that real quick. 515 puts for today. Not financial advice, not a recommendation. You will lose money. There you go. It's already printing, guys. Can't be scared, man. Gotta react. We might not even get there. Look at that. It's already bouncing there. All right, 515 puts for today. Let's see if those print. But I'm seeing weakness across the tech sector, technology. So we'll see. Little bit. Notice this action here. So you might get a little bit of a bounce here. Probably got a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction on the entry there. We probably could have waited for. We probably could have waited for a little bit more confirmation onto the downside there. But if I'm being honest with myself, it is the euphoria of being in such a dominant position on the Boeing put that has given me the confidence to take this trade here and risk $54. So that SPY put's already up $2.50. It's probably why you're seeing these spikes everywhere else. They're trying to bear trap you. AMD's about to hit the bottom of the weekly range. Looks kind of bearish to me. And we're just going to follow SPY, see if it continues to push down with the 5-day EMA line. Might as well look at the expected range for SPY. So we're just kind of in the middle, right? Yeah. Oh, we're kind of in the upper part of it. So that's another indicator for me, right? Another indicator that perhaps there's more room to the downside than to the upside, just because we're hovering around the top of that range. And then when you look across the board, you see a lot of things being weak as well, like Tesla and Apple are currently weak. Look at something like AMD. Looks kind of weak. I haven't looked at Nvidia, but if you look at something like Nvidia to try to just find confirmation in the market. We're trying to find confirmation in the market to support our bias, our bearish bias. But we also have to be conscious that anything can change and can happen very quick. But Apple's starting to flush a little bit harder. Sometimes zooming out gives you a different vantage point of the chart. Yeah, so SPY is down to 50 cents. I'm gonna try to make that trade work for us today. Will probably be one of the only trades we'll take, and the only reason that is because I'm banking on the Boeing side. There's really no need to trying to add risk to the mix. I already added $54 here unnecessarily. I don't need to do that. All right, now we're down to 50 on SPY. I definitely see a pattern here. You guys see this here? Just kind of, this was the top of the range. Kind of, it's actually like a double top if you look at the pre-market high here. Almost like a double top. It's sold off. Yeah, I will remain bearish on SPY until further notice. Apple's definitely selling off though. Marvel selling off. That's another chip stock. Snap did pop. It's up 3.95%. Small stock. It's holding tough, Tesla here. I'm sorry, SPY is holding tough. Apple continues to sell off there. Still to the downside, down 0.86%. Apple is. Look at Tesla, still getting rejected at this really strong support level. What used to be support is now turned into resistance. Still down to 50 on SPY. All right, we set the puts. We'll come back. Starting to see a little bit of a pull, of a little bit of a bounce on chips. So you see how quickly your opinion can change on which way the market's going. All right, SPY here, still continuing. This is a 15-minute candle, so I wouldn't necessarily get discouraged if we get a little bit of a pull, a little bit of a bounce. But it looks to me like we're a little bit forming a little bit of a channel there. And Boeing trying to play games over here. All right, market's still it's only been open for 22 minutes. 22 minutes. Do the math. A little bit of a green candle there on SPY. Nobody's been by. All right, maybe a little bit of a bounce there on Apple. Nothing too crazy. Kind of slow rolling it right now. So you're still seeing the red candle here forming. Got about 7 minutes or so into the next candle for SPY. It's a little weak. Little weak. All right, continuing to watch SPY here. We are sitting on puts. We've been sitting on Boeing puts as well. Those have been printing for us. Probably the best trade of the week. Best trade of March so far, I guess I would say. I'm gonna see if this puts play out for SPY. We're $1.60 away. We're down 50 cents on it currently. Apple Gonna come down to that level, see how it reacts. Right at that upward, that rising support. That coffee is surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. That creamer, I mean. Alright, Marvel still dumping. Arc kind of chilled out. Snap starting to pull back from that spike. IoT, Baba, and Lyft are definitely on watch. Those look pretty good. You guys go look at those charts. They look pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Boeing seems to have found a little bit of support here, but just overanalyzing it here on the 30. Looks a little strong. Not gonna lie, you gotta call it what it is. Call a spade, you know what I mean? Let's see what it's trying to do here. So strange. All right, so Tesla continues to get rejected. Tesla continues to get rejected here. Starting to get a little bit of a downward push by the 5-day EMA line. Apple also doesn't look that healthy at this moment. Kind of slow, man. Market feels a little slow. Could just be in the wrong, not in the wrong, but we're just in different shares, different companies. Yeah, Apple's starting to get a little bit more momentum to the downside. Starting to flush a little harder there. Yeah, Boeing's giving it up a little bit here. Yeah, murder trials. It's sad. The company's got to be dealing with that crap. But it could just be well that money's moving into that stock because tech's selling off possibly. Yeah, Apple's continuing to go down. Boeing definitely making a little bit of push here in the first hour. Yeah, that's the funny thing about premiums with options. You have this thing where it quickly takes away your money, but it slowly gives it to you. I got too excited telling that to my wife yesterday. Let's see, man. We'll definitely just keep an eye on it. We're not gonna overreact. All right, SPY's pushing a little lower now. So up at, yeah, we're up 50 cents on that trade now. 50 cents, woohoo! Nice, not too bad of a candle there on Boeing. Yeah, money could just be rotating over to a different type of sector as tech maybe starts to sell off. Or just a big spike to get everybody out before the next leg down. I mean, it has the potential. I'm not saying it doesn't. anything can happen. Where's Bitcoin? 72,176. We bought a little bit more Bitcoin yesterday, just to relieve the damn FOMO. That's really why it was. All right, so next candle over. All right, guys, 7 a.m. on the West Coast. This is Shimano Trader on the spread. We are a live stock trading show, option trading show. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific. Thanks for hanging with us today. Don't forget to subscribe to the show here on Tradecaster on YouTube. And you can follow me on Instagram at Shimano Trader. All right, a little bit of a downward push here for SPY continuing. All right, pushing further, still pushing down on SPY. Yeah, starting to see red candles across the board on Lyft, IoT, and Baba. Baba's actually strong. Let me take that back. Yeah, answering emails at midnight last night. All right, still getting some downward momentum here on SPY. All right, still pushing down here on SPY, getting some momentum to the downside. Yeah, Tesla's selling off harder now. Got rejected again at that long-standing support. And then we'll see how Apple acts at this level here as it approaches it. Moment of truth. So SPY starting to dump here. We've taken put contracts for SPY, 0 DTE on it. And so far they're playing out. So they're playing out well. But overall market's looking a little bearish. Starting to see pullback on a lot of stocks, especially on tech, and looks like chips may sell off. So look at Nvidia, look at AMD, look at Marvel if you're trying to position yourself for a bearish day on chips. Tread carefully though. So here's our SPY. We've got this downward channel. This specific drawing, like it doesn't let me pull the drawing. Or let me make it active. Let me see active. So it's a regression channel. See, it just lets me take it to the next candle. So it's kind of following the downward trend that it's on. So I cannot extend this tool until I get a next candle. That's pretty cool. So here's Tesla. Tesla's losing this support. It has long-standing support. You guys see this little gray bar here? And it was a long-standing support, and now it came up and tested it, and it's flipped into resistance. So that's pretty bearish on Tesla. Tesla got downgraded this morning by Wells Fargo. They see a 30% downside on Tesla. Yeah, see, Tesla stock extends sell-off as Wells Fargo joins the bear camp. So Tesla remains bearish according to the pros, which I tend to be the opposite. I tend to be a contrarian. So as soon as people start saying, oh, Tesla is just like a stock that gets manipulated all the time just because of the political, Elon Musk is always out there, speaking his mind, and it turns certain people off. But always zoom out. Always zoom out on a chart. Don't just, even on our tiny frames, not only, hours, weekly and monthly, but even in an intraday chart, it's always good to zoom out and kind of get an idea where you're going to find your next level of support. And I see it at 172.12. It's pretty obvious, right? Like stands out that's your next level of support. So we're gonna duplicate a line here, duplicate it. When we're watching Tesla sell off, we're setting all these levels, and we've watched it kind of just break through all these levels of support on Tesla. So regardless of whatever, it is weak. 172.12. All right, it's probably a next level of support there for Tesla. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if it gets down there and how it reacts at that level. But so far, Tesla, another down day for Tesla, down 2.5% for the day. We're also watching Apple, see how it's going to react to this upward rising support. We put a temporary line there just to see the intraday action on it, and we're going to see how it reacts. So it's been doing well, man. Friday was a really good day before the major sell-off, but we're about to lose this level of support here for Apple. We might get a little flush on there. So stay tuned for that. Bearish bias, I guess, at the moment. But obviously that changes. Market's only been open for 35 minutes. So tread carefully and look for multi-levels of support in your bias, right? So if you're feeling bearish, look around the market. What else looks bearish? What else can you find that supports your bearishness? Same thing if you're feeling bullish. But so far, we're watching SPY. You guys know I love the 5-day EMA line as a guide for intraday action. So as long as we're sitting below the 5-day EMA line on SPY, I will continue to remain bearish. But that can change, like I said. So we'll see how it is. We're bouncing a little bit here and see how it reacts. One of the things I've learned though is just, you know, how quickly we change our minds. Oh, we're feeling bearish, then we're feeling bullish. We're feeling bearish, now we're feeling bullish. So now you gotta give your trade an opportunity to play out. What I see here on SPY, you see this, you know, bounce up and down the channel. So I would give myself at least to the top of this channel before I either close out my position or change my bias. And these are the kind of things that I like to share with you guys, that, you know, you have a strategy in your mind and you're not letting your emotions drive your trade. You're not letting your emotions, oh, I'm going to go bullish now. So you got to almost have like these little, almost like bumpers. Like if you guys do bowling, little bumpers along the way as you're trading to help you make better decisions in trading. All right, so we're just going to watch the price action for right now. Again, we're sitting on puts on the SPY. Those are being challenged right now, so we'll see how those go. And then we've been sitting on Boeing puts since Monday. And if you guys were here for the show on Monday, I was immediately up on Boeing as soon as I took put contracts on Boeing on Monday. Right from the gate, I was already up, like, you know, like I don't know, I'm like 80%. And I wanted to close it out. But last week I got burned so bad on Apple that same thing happened to me last week, where I took puts at open on Monday on Apple, and I made like, you know, 50% really quick that day. And then I was like, I jumped out of the trade, and by the end of the week it was sitting like at 165. So I just left all this money on the table on Apple, because I tend to, you know, I mean, I talk about what I'm about to tell you guys all the time, but it's the mentality of a trader, right? So you're in a losing position and you hang on to that loser, and you'll hang on to that loser. Speaking about contracts and options, you'll hang on to that loser until it expires worthless, because you're hopeful. You're like, oh, it's gonna come back, and you don't cut your losers quick enough. Yet when you're in a winning position, as soon as you start seeing green on your P&L, you want to take those profits. So I'm really trying to exercise my discipline and trying to hang on to a trade that is working and working well on the Boeing put, and it's being supported by all the negative news that it has. I think some gentleman who came out like a whistleblower of Boeing was in town for like trial to talk to the lawyers or something weird like that. I mean, if you look up Boeing death or Boeing suicide witness that suicide himself. Anyway, the weird thing is that this witness that worked at Boeing for, I think, over 20 years, then he retired, and he started like opening up his mouth and coming forward saying that, you know, Boeing has skipped quality and Boeing is choosing profits over safety and all this negative publicity came out. I mean, he started opening his mouth about it. So they opened up a criminal investigation, and what happens? They find the guy dead. They find the guy dead in the parking lot. He doesn't even live there. He was just in town to talk to the lawyers over the Boeing case, and they find him dead on a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his head, and they're claiming that it was by suicide. I mean, can you believe that? Like, what are the odds? Like, it's just just such a weird case. So, Boeing, in some funky weird way, could even have blood on his hands, and that is just like such a wild. I mean, maybe it's not so wild, right? I mean, these are multi-million-dollar companies, billion-dollar companies. If you have a witness that's going to collapse your company, or a witness going to come forward and reveal that, you know, these things that have been happening with the planes on Boeing, it's not only a result of it's a result of negligence, and not a result of like we made a mistake. It is literally people choosing profits over safety, and it's a wild story. So if that's the case, screw Boeing, and we're going to be printing. So far on Boeing, that trade is up 281% on the Boeing put. So we got in on Monday at some point. 192.50 is our strike price, and we're at 185.39. So look how far deep in the money we are. So now, what am I experiencing? I'm experiencing these feelings of like, I'm going to lose my profit. Look at this candle at open, right? Oh man, it starts cutting into my gains. I was over 300% this morning, but now that's been eaten into by this little pop that we're having. And I'm super nervous, man. I'm like, oh man, what if this thing pops, right? And then I go from making 282% to just making like 10% or something crazy like that. So the closer it gets to expiration on Friday, the more that's going to be worth. Good morning, babe. The more that's going to be worth. So it went from, I think I got it for $1.90, and it as of yesterday, it was $8.60. So it went from $1.90 to $8.60. And so now I'm just sitting in that stock. I'm sitting in this put contract, and I'm trying to get to Friday, at least closer to Friday before I close that out. But it's a wonderful position to be in when you're in a winning trade and it's working, and you're trying to just determine how much risk you want to take on by letting that trade play out. But I am significantly, I mean, like I said, I'm up almost 300% on that. And it's probably the trade of the week for me. And another thing that I've been learning a lot is to just be patient when you're trading. And I noticed, just looking back, streaming and recording videos and going back and watching yourself, I've been learning how much our bias changes throughout the day. You start off bearish and then you go bullish, and it's just this roller coaster of emotions watching the charts throughout the day. So give yourself time and be patient with yourself, and be patient with your trades, and don't try to make $100,000 in before lunch. Like, it's just a fallacy, especially for new traders, to think that that's a reality. You might get lucky a couple of times, but the truth is, the big money is made in the long trades, and I'm proving that out to myself with Boeing. That is where the money is being made, on the deep in the money, deep in the money contracts. All right, a little bit of a bounce here on SPY. You guys know we're sitting on puts here. Now it's bouncing. We have this channel. Next candle should be in about 2 minutes, and we're gonna see if it can stay below the 5-day EMA line, or if it's gonna bounce, and it may negate our trade this morning. So $50 trade so far on SPY puts. So we'll see how those play out. We'll watch what the next candle has for us. So we've been watching Apple. We put a temporary line of support there. Let me blow this up really quick so we can look at it. So we have this long intraday level of support. Watching Apple sell this morning with a lot of the text, and we're gonna see how it reacts to that level, if it's gonna hold or if it's gonna break. And then Tesla, we love Tesla. I love Tesla. I like trading it. It gives it the premiums on it. The stock moves a lot. It's a good stock to trade intraday. But this little gray bar here has been a pretty strong level of support, and now we've broken that support. So you see that support's been broken, And not only did it break it, but then on this candle here, the last hour candle, it came up to retest it and it got rejected again. And now we're being pushed down by this green 5-day EMA line, which I talk a lot about. So yeah, not looking good for Tesla this morning. As you guys know, it got a negative rating, or it got a downgrade by Wells Fargo. They see a 30% downside on it.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. That wouldn't be good. So tread carefully on Tesla. Puts may be a play, but man, I just never. You can never count Elon Musk out. I think that's the bottom line. You can't count the guy out. And just as soon as they people use their earning power, or their pocketbook to boycott. So unfortunately, Elon is such a patriot, I'd say, or such a patriot of free speech, that it gets them into trouble, and people just want to hurt the guy in some way. They want to praise Bezos right now, and they don't like Elon right now, but Elon's gonna get us to the red planet. Okay, all right, enough about that. All right, Tesla continuing to, now what we did here, we just put this line here. Let me blow this up really quick so we can look at it together. So this is the next level of support, and we put that line in because we're looking for another level of support, and we found it around here for Tesla. And all these red lines have been level of support that we've identified, and Tesla's been selling through those. So definitely some bearish bias on Tesla. So we'll see how that plays out. That's an hourly chart there. And then here's SPY. SPY has now bounced at the bottom of this channel. It is now retesting the 5-day EMA line. So we may get a reverse here. Our puts are not working out for us, especially if this cannot hold. But we're just going to watch it. So I was talking about this this drawing tool here on Thinkorswim. This is considered a regression channel, and it doesn't really let me extend the channel until the next candle's out. So now that the next candle's there, now it lets me extend that channel. So far it's still on the downward channel on SPY. I will remain bearish on SPY until otherwise proven. If we get out of this channel, we break the 5-day EMA line, we get a big pop or a big breakthrough. But as so far, look at that. We're talking about staying patient in our trades. As soon as we saw this green candle, it changed direction. People are like, oh no, my put's not gonna work out. But I'm just trying to provide you guys guidance as you're placing your trades, that you do not just place a trade on the emotion that you feel, but more on I like to use the example of a pilot, right? So a pilot before takeoff is there, he has a checklist. Okay, gotta check these things off before I take off. Even in emergencies, I've watched this on videos online. Even in a middle of the air emergency, you have pilots going through a checklist of things to do when the plane is going down or when you're having trouble in the air, all this stuff. So it's pretty incredible that as traders, we also should have a checklist, right? Oh my God, my trade's going against me. This is not playing out. What to do? Right, and not let our emotions drive us, because this is how I get out of trades. I mean, look at Boeing. I've been talking to you about how I'm up over 300% now because it's pulled back here on Boeing. But if you see this candle in the morning, what's one of the first things you want to do is, oh my God, my profit is leaving. Let me jump out of this stock, and I don't allow the trade to play out. So instead, by staying patient, I've been in this trade since Monday. Here it is Wednesday. I see this pop, staying cool, calm and collected. See what's gonna happen on Boeing. But so far, here's the little bit, possibly the continuation to the downside, and just wanted to scare the bears out of their positions here, which it happens. I mean, just in that little candle there, I had my profits went from over 300% down to 270%, and but it's starting to pull back a little bit more. But it has also found some support at the 5-day EMA line, which is an indicator that I like to use to show me momentum. So we're going to see if this 5-day EMA line holds on BA or Boeing. A little bit of a bounce right at that level on on Tesla. So I have 4 charts up, guys. Sorry if I'm confusing you guys, but here's that level, right? Look at the bounce at this level before the candle was even drawn. So, excuse me, there is no doubt that there are zones in your chart. There are areas where algorithms or sell orders and buy orders are being placed for buy orders to get triggered or sell orders to get triggered, and these are the zones. So look at Tesla, it's bouncing off this level, and we put that level because of this pivot point here for Tesla. And now, days later, it is back at that level, and what's it doing? It's bouncing. So that's what I'm trying to, at least that's what works for me, looking at candles, candle formations, candle patterns, and by watching that and paying attention to that, you're able to identify opportunities in the market. And another thing that I'm learning more and more is that you don't have to trade every day, and A+ setups is your best bet, man. And I used to gamble, not like a lot gambling, but I've had my run with gambling and sports betting mostly. But the analogy goes that the longer you sit at the poker table, or the many times that you come back to the sports book and plays bets, the higher the risk and the higher the probability that you're going to lose your money, right? So like if you hit it and you hit a nice bet, like take your money and go home, and do not come back and try to play the next game. And that's what I found was happening to me. I have an addictive personality. So what I was doing is I was just betting every day. Oh, there's a game, there's a basketball game, let's bet the basketball game. Oh, there's a soccer game, I was betting soccer. It gets a little crazy. So if you're anything like me in that regard, if that resonates with you, and that's what I mean, right? Like sometimes you want to just place a trade because you want to place a trade. There's really no really valid reason to place a trade other than you want to be feeling those feelings of risk and the little rush that we get to see money play. So trade carefully, man. Have a plan, and definitely stay patient. I think that's one of the undertone of that message is stay patient, be smart, don't take unnecessary risks in the market. People blow up accounts all the time, man. It happens. All right, so we're continuing to watch SPY here. Let me check my levels here, make sure that I'm coming across nice and clear. You guys not getting washed out by the music or anything like that. Any feedback you guys got from me, I'd appreciate it. Stream quality, sound quality, all that's appreciated. I can't see or hear myself necessarily through the airwaves, so I rely on my viewers. All right, so watching Boeing test this 5-day MA line, watching that bounce, or that's on watch. Look at Apple, how it reacted to this rising support here. So it's bouncing at that level. That's healthy. Sorry about that. Man, I just can't stand silence, man. I gotta have some sort of background music. I gotta have something playing in the background. So silence is golden. I don't know about that. All right, continue to watch SPY here. We've got about 3 more minutes until the next candle opens. It has not, I repeat, it has not reclaimed the 5-day EMA line. It is still pushing up against it. We're still in this channel, so we're going to stay in our trade as of right now. Oh, there it is. I'm like, speaking of silence. All right, guys. Yeah, so we're just going to stay patient here. Continue to watch SPY. See if this continues to push downward here. We got about 2 more minutes into the next candle for SPY on the 15-minute chart. I usually do intraday 15-minute on SPY. I usually just try to scalp the SPY. I don't take any swing positions on SPY. So I do it for entertainment. That addresses my little craving about being in trades. It's scalping the SPY, but I'm more and more have been more of a long-term portfolio, long-term trading, swing trading. I think Gareth calls it short-term trading, and not, it could be a couple of hours, it could be a couple of days, a couple of minutes at time. But you definitely, what I'm starting to believe and accept to be true is that the money, rest in peace, Charlie Munger. The big money is in the patience. The big money is in the patience, and that is key. All right, so continuing to watch SPY here. You see the chart pattern on SPY, right? You see how it came down, it went up, it went down. So, I mean, you have to kind of have the same idea that may continue unless there's a major breakout. But other than that, you might just slow roll it all the way to the bottom. I often reference, let me see if I can pull it up. I always keep a cheat sheet with me, and I study it when I'm doing some downtime here. So let me share this with you guys real quick. Let me know if you guys can see it. But, you know, these are like, I can't point at it. I don't know how to point, because this is a file, and it's just pulling the file to share it with you guys. But you see these patterns, you know, you have bullish patterns, you have bearish patterns, you have reversal patterns. So it's good to review this every once in a while. I mean, you can find this on the internet, but if you want me to send you a copy of it, just let me know. But it's easy to find, and there's different versions of it. This is just the one that I chose to share with you, but I keep about 2 or 3 of them with me, and I tend to just go over it, keep an eye on it, try to get familiar with some of these patterns, and then try to find those in the market and in your trading. And by doing that, again, all you're trying to do is you're just trying to develop like a little bit of an edge, a little bit of almost like a trained eye when you're watching charts. And I enjoy it, man. I really do. I enjoy just watching candles. If you guys are with me, sometimes we'll identify like a reversal hammer or a doji, and then we just highlight those candle formations, because they're just, it's almost like you find them in the wild. Of them, you see them on a page, or you see them on see them online somewhere, and then you actually see it in your chart, and you're like, oh, this must mean this, or this must signal that, and then you actually get to see if that's true or not. All right, here's watching. So we have our next candle. We've got about 4 more minutes, and we get our next candle on SPY. We might open up above the 5-day EMA line. We don't know. We'll check it out. Yeah, guys. So that's the business. If you guys are here with me and you guys want to just let me know where you're viewing from, where in the country. So far I've met people from Lithuania. Shout out to Taquito, Boston, New York, Florida. So it's always a trip to me to see where viewers are kind of viewing from. So if you're here with me today and you're so inclined to share with me where your location is, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, no big deal, man. We'll just keep watching charts and listening to tunes. All right, here's SPY again. Got about 3 more minutes into the next candle. You see it kind of battling it out it's battling it out within the channel, right? And at the 5-day EMA line point. So we'll see how that goes on. And then just looking around the market, we are in shares for IoT. That is Samsara IoT. We're also in BABA. We're in Lyft as well. Lyft. I'm going to see if I can bring it up with you guys. Got a couple of people watching here, so I'll share with you guys. Let me do it on Tesla. So Lyft. So Lyft, I'm going to blow up the chart here and show you guys just some analysis. So Lyft, I've identified a cup and handle pattern. So look at that. I mean, can you guys see that? Right? Here's your cup, right? Almost up to the T, right? And then we had a pullback. Here's your little handle, and possibly a little bit lower maybe. I do a weekly video. I did the video on Sunday. I just didn't upload it. I made a mistake or two in the video, and then so now I'm apprehensive about uploading it, and I want to edit it and all this stuff. So I haven't uploaded it, but I will, and then you guys can just make fun of my brain farts. And so this green line here, if you guys have not seen it before, it's called the expected range. So every Sunday night I chart, and when I chart, I'll do a video, and then I upload it here on Tradecaster and on my YouTube channel. By the way, subscribe to our show here. We appreciate your love and support. And we set these ranges, right? So SPY, let me look at my notes really quick. So SPY had an expected move of $8.62 up or down for the week ending 3/15. So we chart that. So we get the closing the closing price for Friday, and then on Sunday we do that chart. The option chain shows you excuse me, the option chain shows you what the expected move of that particular stock is. And so we're able to set our levels, right? So we had one on Lyft, we have 1970 to the high side and 6090 to the downside. I said SPY, huh, guys? See what I mean? That's what I meant by brain fart. Lyft had a $1.39 expected move up or down on the range. So we have a 1970 to the top side, 1692 to the downside, and then we chart that, and then we watch what the price action does throughout the week, and we use it as kind of a guide. You know, as you can see here, the last 3 days, Lyft has kind of just been kind of hanging in the middle of the range here, not really picking a direction. But there is some weeks, and we go back and review the previous week, and then we chart the looking forward week. There's been some weeks where you can see how that really works. You'll see price action at the bottom of the range, and then it'll work to the top of the range. And so you can, you know, position yourself according to that. And again, it's just one of the items on your checklist before actually placing the trade. But what I'm trying to show, or what I'm learning through that strategy, is that there is an expected move of a stock, and those are usually they arrive to that number based on how many contracts are being sold and bought in the option market. So they have a really good sense of where that stock may or may not go based on how people are positioning themselves. So it's a really cool thing to show you, but definitely seen a cup and handle pattern on Lyft. So you guys, not financial advice, not financial advice, not a recommendation. You can lose money, so trade it at your own risk there. All right, Tesla. We'll go back to our hourly chart here on Tesla, and continue to see it has now arrived at that last level of support, or the last level that we've charted as support. And it's continuing to work its way down to the bottom now, really testing it again. It might even break it. It already breached it once, so we'll see how it reacts there. And then SPY, or we can extend our channel now because we have a new candle. That is our next candle there. You're seeing that's a really cool tool, because as the new candles print, then that's when you can move your channel over. So the channel's degree of facing down is starting to kind of point starting to level out a little bit, which could just mean that the momentum is changing on it, or the bias changing on it. And then we are right at that 5-day EMA line that I love to use, and so we're gonna see if it can stay above it, reclaim it. But in my opinion, I think we're gonna get this choppy down action for the rest of the day. But you know, again, right, that is the mentality that we have. That's what we tell ourselves, to stay in trades or to stay in losing positions. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna come back down. So we'll see. So we are sitting on puts on that. Those are probably down right now. Let me see how much they're down. So SPY, so I'm down $17 on it. It's a $54 trade. I'm down $17 on it, just because it's starting to, you know, it's not going down like I wanted to. I wanted to get to 515 before end of day. But again, you know, it's the emotional roller coaster that we're going through right now. So now we've had the down, we've had the up, then we had the down. Now we're going through the up process, but nevertheless, still overall downward momentum until this market structure really changes for us. So there's your break on Tesla. You're seeing it break that next level of support. So what I always like to tell traders is, like, look left, right? Look left. And then I say right after. Look left. Where's your next level of support? You know, on intraday, you don't see it on the hourly chart. Let's go a little bit further back. So let's do maybe a 4-hour chart. None of that's going to work. Yeah, see? So it's like, where's the next level of support for Tesla? Got to go all the way to the daily. Look left. So this is a gap. See, this thing is a gap. So there's a gap here, and it's filled the gap now on this drop. Probably has a little bit more to go, maybe to 169, sub 170, and there's a little bit of support here. So yeah, look at Tesla, right? So you're watching it hit with me here. So there is definitely levels in your trade, and there is areas of confluence. There is areas where you probably shouldn't take a trade. So never place a trade without, like I said, that checklist, man. That checklist analogy that I came up with, I think is key. We're going to go back to the hourly here on Tesla. So yeah, we have definitely room to run down to at least 169 on Tesla. So, put contracts are in play there, possibly. I don't think Tesla. Tesla must. I think Tesla has 0 DTE contracts. Let me check real quick. I should know that, but I don't. Because I trade Tesla in the option market at times. Oh no. So Tesla only has weeklies. So let's say 169. Just to tell you guys here, so if you were to take let's say 170 put contract on Tesla for Friday, it would cost you $2.32. On the option market, you multiply that times 10, so that'll be $230 trade. If you wanted to take a 170 put contract for Tesla, if you want to do a 167.50, that would be $1.40. So it's $140 if you wanted to take that put contract. So not financial advice, not a recommendation. You can lose money. So trade carefully there on Tesla. It moves fast. I like trading Tesla in the option market. It moves fast, but just as fast as it moves and you can make money quickly, you can lose money quickly too. So don't ever forget that side of it. I always see traders say, "Oh, I'm gonna make $300 if this trade goes my way," and they fail to say, "Well, I could lose $300 if it doesn't go my way." All right, starting to see SPY here really test the top of the range, right? But you're seeing the rejection happening there. So that's encouraging for the bearish in me. Seeing Apple here on the left-hand side, top of the quadrant here, top left quadrant, you're seeing it react to this rising support, right? I mean, that line was there before the stock got there. So for the fact that it's reacting at that level really reinforces the idea that there is a support there. All right, we'll change up this music, man. Turn it up a little bit here. All right, time to switch up the mood. So if you guys are EDM people. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. I am Shimano Trader. This is The Spread. We are a live stock and option trading show, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. And we're broadcasting over the Tradecaster airways. Also, you can subscribe to our channel here, show some support in the Tradecaster. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and catch other content that's not on Tradecaster, trying to build all that up. It's a lot of work, man. Being a streamer is a lot of work. But I enjoy it. I enjoy streaming and I enjoy trading. So I'm just trying to mix and marry the two together. And so far, it's been a blast. I'm really appreciative that Sean has allowed us this opportunity, but it's really opened up the possibilities beyond just Tradecaster. So that's pretty cool. All right, guys, you're watching it live with me here on SPY. See, SPY came right up to the top of this channel. It got rejected. And it's just being challenged again by the 5-day EMA lines. So interesting to see that price action. Just when you think we're going higher, we're getting rejected there. So yeah, it's a make or break on this channel here. I think if this channel breaks to the upside, we'll negate our trade, probably close that out. But as long as we're in this channel, I think we'll stay in that trade. So that's what this book talks about. The best loser wins. It talks a lot about just cutting your losers. As soon as you realize that you're wrong or that the trade's not going to play out, you should get out of that trade. But I think as traders, especially, early traders or traders with not a lot of experience, we get hopeful. We're like, oh, this is going to come back. And then we just wait. And in option trading, that's super dangerous because you lose your money. It's not like with shares. With shares, if you're wrong, you just lose the value, right? You have an unrealized loss, and that stock may or may not come back. You may or may not have the time horizon to hang on and stay in that position. But with options, once that contract expires, it expires worthless. So, we talked a little bit about this, the Tesla put contract. So if that contract doesn't play out in your favor, you lose your money. That money's gone. You're not going to be like, oh, well, I'm going to wait for it to come back. No. Like once it hits expiration, that stock, that premium is gone. So that's why options a little bit risky, but it's also, you get a lot of leverage, right? You can make money faster if you're right, because the value of that contract. Somebody wants to buy that contract off of you, especially if it's a winning contract like I am in Boeing, for example. I have a contract with Boeing that is for 192.50. 192.50 that this stock is going to go down to 192.50 by Friday. Well, not only did it go down to 192.50, it's at 185.22. So what that contract means is that somebody can come in, buy that contract for me, and then buy those shares at 192, but he'll be in a short position because it's a put contract. So he'll buy them for 192 and sell them at 185, making that contract buyer profitable. So that's why that contract is worth money to them, because I'm like, this is $7, $5 in the money. They can make money. They buy that contract off of you. So that's why options it gives you a lot of leverage. Protected leverage, not like leverage where you're borrowing money to buy shares and it goes against you. You're just buying the premium. You're buying the premium. That is the most you can lose. That's the other side of it, right? So it caps your downside. So that contract with Tesla that we talked about, 240, whatever it was, that is the most you'll lose, right? Unlike shares, right? That's something else to consider. If you're in shares and the share was $25 when you bought it and it goes to zero, well, then you went down to zero, right? That your loss is unlimited all the way down to zero in shares because the value of the share. Unlike options, you're capped out at what you paid for it. So if you paid $100 for it, that's your risk. So, pros and cons of trading and what instruments to trade. But I tend to mix the two. I'm a long-term portfolio holder, so I like to build shares of beat up stocks like Disney when it got beat up, Target when it got beat up. Those are fundamentally strong companies, so they're going to be around for a while. So, those are the opportunities to buy shares and add them to a long-term portfolio and let that portfolio work for you. Let that thing grow. And then, you could always have your play money, which is to, come in here and get in and out of shares, buy some options, day trade. But you should definitely have a long-term portfolio. I mean, I've learned that, and people are just hesitant. Especially the younger generation, because we want insta everything, right? Insta profits, insta rich, insta everything. So it messes with you, right? You don't want to be like watching your money just grow by $2 last night, $3 the week before. But when you give time is a powerful thing, man. And compounding over time, I mean, you just cannot beat it. And I think that's why people like Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, that their philosophy is just to buy and hold, right? That may or may not apply in today's times, but something to consider there as you go through your trading journey. All right, we got about 3 more minutes into the next candle here for SPY. Starting to see this little 3 candle thing here, really testing the top of the range. Pretty exciting, man. Trying to see this channel play out. And then Tesla's lost all support there, guys. Look at that. Now it's 170.67. A new low. Oh my God, look who's here.
Good luck, traders.
Okay, baby. Love you, bye. Look great. All right, that's Juliana. She comes in here every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Before she goes to school, she likes to come in here and wish the traders good luck. She's my daughter. She's 8. And she's my only daughter. And I have boys. And she is my last one. And girls will make everything more beautiful, for sure. So if you ever plan on having kids, there's nothing like little girls. This is just a different type of love, right? So boys are a little bit different than girls, obviously, but the way they show you their love and their emotion and just the way they are in general compared to boys, as a dad, it's like, wow, it's incredible to watch your little girl grow up. So shout out to all the dads out there. All right, so here's SPY. We've got 2 more minutes into the next candle. We are starting to reverse a little bit. You're starting to get a little bit of an upward feel here. You could almost do a upward channel if you wanted to, if you felt so inclined. But we're going to see what the next candle is. The next candle will definitely open up higher, and we're going to see if that's going to hold or it's going to negate our trade. So we'll see. Meanwhile, here on the bottom left quadrant, Boeing, as you guys know, we're sitting on puts. We've been sitting on puts on this since Monday. And, it's trying to scare us out of our position. And it's now testing the 5-day EMA line here. See how that reacts. So we've got a couple of things on watch here. We got 1 more minute to the next candle here on SPY. Apple still holding this upward support. Nice little, it's just holding. It's doing good there. It's not flushing like Tesla is. All right, that's your next candle. All right, so this channel is now broken, right? So let me activate this channel here and let's see what it does when I move it over. I'll see how it's leveling it off. We're gonna stay in this trade for now, just for educational purposes. Boeing is paying for. Boeing is gonna pay for it. Boeing is gonna pay for everybody. I'm up pretty big on Boeing. My goal is to take it all the way to inspiration. I think that would be my goal, to get to the last day of the week and say, pay me. Okay, so sometimes what happens, especially intraday, is that you'll get this like, oh, it broke out of the channel, I must be wrong. Right? Or, oh no, it's going in the it's broke the channel, it's respecting the 5-day EMA line. But what I've learned is like, wait for confirmation, right? Wait for it to confirm. Where it confirm will be another candle above it and possibly really negating the trade. But we're still in this next for the next 14 minutes or so. We're gonna see what this next candle reveals to us, and we're gonna look for confirmation that is now a bullish bias versus our bearish bias, which is what we're currently in. So the next 14 minutes will reveal that. So by the top of the hour, we should see what direction this SPY is going to take on for the next couple hours here. All right, BABA continuing higher. So that's good news for BABA. So BABA's continuing higher. 78.05, it is a level to break on BABA. So we're a little bit away from there, probably about 75 cents or so before we get there. And if we can get above that level, that should be a breakout level for BABA. I'll probably put it on the chart here and share it with you guys here. Give me a second. Look, here's SPY reversing. You seeing SPY now, right? We're like, oh no, it's breaking out of the channel. Now it's right back into that 5-day EMA line. So got to stay patient with this trade here and see, watch it play out. See if it gets right back into the channel. If it gets back into this channel, then we're like, okay, great. We were correct in our trade, and we're gonna stay with it. But we'll see how that plays out. Oh, I was gonna show you. What did I say I was gonna show you guys? Oh, BABA. That's what it was. All right. So let me put BABA here on Tesla. So let me put BABA. So yeah, let me show you this real quick. This is interesting. Oh no, wrong one. So let me put a daily channel here. So watch BABA, right? So here, BABA's around here right now, but I want to share with you guys something. So you see this line here, right? That's why I mean with a breakout level for BABA, because I have shares in BABA, and I've been burned a little bit on it just because it's been so jerky. It's been acting weird, right? BABA, it's been acting weird. But I remember the last time I bought shares on it, I bought it right at this level, thinking that if it was gonna break out, and all it really did was just I think it was here. So I had bought shares at this point, and then the next day it just gapped down and it got beat up. So anyway, we're reapproaching that level here. So that's why I say it's a breakout level. So it's been rejected, a couple of times, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And this will be the 5th time it's going to approach that level. So that might be the time to do it. I'm not trading options on it. I'm trading shares on it. Well, look at SPY, guys. Woo! What if we gotten out of that? Nice. Back into that channel, baby. Get back into that channel. Let me see. Can I do the next candle yet? No, still not. Still not yet. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is what we call a bearish engulfing candle, because especially if it continues, so it hasn't really completely filled, but if it can engulf the previous candle, right, that would be a bearish engulfing channel, which will be good for our trade because we are bearish. Got about 10 more minutes until the next candle. The next candle opens up, so we'll watch it here. It'll bounce on Apple upper left-hand quadrant here. And then Boeing, come on, baby. You know you want lower. Let's take it to the lowest you can go by Friday. Hey man, it's been a great week. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a phenomenal week for me. Not only if I'm trading, but just in life in general. Things are well. Business is great. Family's great. Trading is great. I mean, just all the way around. Praise God, man. That's a good thing. To Him be the glory. All right, look at SPY here. So now we're starting to get almost, look at this, right? Look at this. Look at this candle formation. 3 down, 4 up, flush. 3 up, flush, right? So you're starting to kind of see this almost like a little bit of a pattern formation here. And those are the things we want to look for as traders to help us place our trades and give us confidence to place our trades. They're getting some real momentum to the downside. Got about 9 more minutes until the next candle. All right, that's exciting, man. We're watching it live here. Watching this thing play out. It should be fun the rest of the day here. Oh, the rest of the hour. I'll go off air around 9 a.m. Pacific time. Sean hasn't hired me yet, so once he hires me, I can trade. I can probably stream longer, but no, I don't think so, man. I'm too busy throughout the day to be. I mean, it's a commitment to stream, dude, because you have people that want to follow you and want to see what you're doing, and if you say I'm going to be here on Friday and you're not, that sucks, right? So I've kind of limited I've put my streaming around my life, and I like it that way because then people know when I'm going to be on, and I'm going to be on those days. Man, look at this candle. It's almost like this beautiful, man. This is a great example. If you're trading with me today, this is an awesome thing to watch together. Is watch this down regression channel or downtrending channel play out, and it helps us deal with our emotions as well, right? It helps us deal with our emotions, and we have a plan. We have a plan for SPY, and we're sticking to our plan. And until we have evidence and proof that our plan is not the right one, then we'll exit our position, but not until. Apple, a little bit of a bounce there. Maybe a good place to add shares if you're holding shares on Apple, because it is trending up. Wow, baby, look at that flush. 8 more minutes to the next candle. 8 more minutes to the next candle. Let me see, is that profitable yet? Let me check. So I have this thing where I trade on my phone. I don't usually place my trades on the computer. I place it on my phone. And that's just because I've been a mobile trader, and I just feel more comfortable placing my trades on my phone. And I'll watch charts on my computer, but I'll trade on my phone. So that's why I'm looking at my phone. And I'm not on Instagram, okay? I'm not on Facebook. All right, so we're down $11.50 on this trade. So this trade cost us $54 for SPY, the SPY puts for today, for 515 strike price, and we're down $12.50 on it. So we're down 23% on it. Our Boeing position has grown to 334% on our Boeing put. Man, that's lovely. All right, get a little flush on SPY here, guys. Look at that. All right, there it is. Nice big bearish engulfing candle, right? It's eating. Look at it this way. Look left. It's eating the it's eating the last 30 minutes of a move. It's eating that up. So that's why it's called a bearish engulfing, because it engulfs the previous candle. So that's pretty cool to watch here. We got about 6 more minutes to the next candle on it. We'll see what happens on the next candle. Because if we look at the previous previous pattern formation, we can expect. No, I don't know if the word is expect. We can assume that perhaps it's going to come down to the bottom of the channel here and maybe push up higher again before going lower. So you're seeing very clearly a pattern formation here. Anybody can see this pattern formation. Yeah, it's really cool to watch. I'm really glad you guys are here to see it with me. It gives you conviction. It gives me conviction, right? That I'm doing the right thing, that I'm seeing the right things in the chart, that I'm seeing the things in the chart that I need to see in order for me to feel confident with my trade. And it also has helped us not exit early on this little, 45-minute climb here. So one of the coolest things that happened to me this week is we had a job that we started last Tuesday, and we closed the job last night. And it was a very successful project. Client was very happy, going to give us more work, more business. So it's just been a real solid week, and that job was, the margins were great on it. So all the way around, good stuff. All right, 5 more minutes to the next candle. Baba starting to lose that 5-day EMA line support, which it's something that we got, something that we use as a guide, especially intraday. And it's even more powerful on a bigger time frame. So if you're like on a daily time frame, weekly time frame, you've got those 8, 21, and 5-day EMA lines. Those are very powerful on the bigger time frames. All right, we're bouncing at the bottom of the channel here. I think on our next candle, we'll be able to just see this channel start pointing down again. All right, man. Trades are going. Trades are well today. Trades are in our favor today. The trading gods are looking favorably upon us.
Good luck, traders.
All right, here we go. Look at that. Gonna hit the bottom of the range here. All right, so we're down 450 on SPY, down 8%. So we went from, what is it, 13% or something, or 20-some% down to 8%. So we're only down 450 on this trade here with SPY. We should start getting in the money here shortly, especially as we're getting closer towards the end of the day. As we're inching towards the end of the day, then that premium becomes more and more valuable to us because we're getting closer to the end of expiration. And there's a lot of liquidity in the option market. So somebody will buy it from you always. So there's always somebody there eager to buy it from you. All right, guys. So far, Boeing, man, it's the trade of the week, trade of the month. Huge gains on Boeing on such as a $1.90 investment. $1.90 investment is $8.27 now. That's what that premium is worth right now. A little bit of a bounce here at the bottom of the trade. We got about 3 more minutes to the candle. But look at this, man. Look at the way it's acting within that channel. Ain't that almost like fascinating to see? Like that the price is trading exactly within that range. Like it's super cool to watch, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm geeking out on it. All right, 2 more minutes here. Look at that bounce, though. All right, Tesla's continuing lower there, and we're watching Apple, or just kind of, as an experience, right? We're just trying to learn, so we're just watching how it's reacting to this level here. It's still holding a support, still hanging on. All right, man. Tesla's continuing lower. Apple's holding. Boeing probably going to roll over. Please do. And then SPY, we are watching it live here. Wow, 1 more minute until the next candle opens. and then we'll adjust this channel, and but we should open up probably way below that 5-day EMA line on the next candle there. Huge bearish engulfing channel there. Not a good sign for the longs. $30 seconds. All right, 10 seconds. All right, here we go. All right, there's your next candle below the 5-day EMA line, still going lower. We'll adjust our chart here. I mean, it's like I can't wait to adjust the chart, right? Yeah, so see, still pointing lower. Yep, pushing down. You're watching it get rejected. Now that it's lost the support of the 5-day EMA line, now it's going to use it as resistance. So let's just keep an eye on that. Look at Boeing kind of rolling over too. And then Apple opened up the next candle right at that support level here. So we're going to see if that's going to hold. But just like the 5-day EMA line applies here as well. We're below it. So we can continue to push down. We might lose the support and we may get some downside momentum on Apple. I'm just going to cut into our shares there. All right, guys, 8 o'clock, top of the hour. This is The Spread. We are a live stock trading and option trading show. We are on the air Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. I am Shimano Trader. You can find me on Instagram if you want to connect there, at Shimano Trader, Shimano Guy, but it's at Shimano Trader on Instagram. We can connect on there. Please subscribe to our show here on Tradecaster. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel right here from Tradecaster. If you go to the bottom right of the stream, there's a little banner, a little logo of my show, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel right from there. You're just trying to be more creative about the kind of content that we push out, but it's usually around stock trading. But if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I like business. So I like business. I like motivation. And so that's usually what I want to talk and share about. I want to talk about, making money, and not only in trading, but taking some of our profits from trading and flipping that into an Airbnb or a cash flowing business. I own a business. So that's what I'm about. And positive motivation, building wealth, taking care of our families and friends, and having a good time for as long as we can on this earth. So that's what I am about. And that's what I push. So if you want to follow me and get to know me in that regard, then great. If not, no big deal. It's all good. It's all love. But thanks for hanging out with me today and being part of the show. And hope I can bring some value and entertainment to you guys. And tune in 3 times a week, a couple hours, and then go about your day or check out other streamers. But thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you. All right, so look at this bounce on SPY, right? So this candle came right to the bottom of the range, had a little bit of a bounce, closed, next candle open. We'll see how it goes. Gonna keep an eye on it, stay patient. That's another thing that I think as traders I struggled with a lot early too, was just be stuck in front of my computer. Like even as of late, I'm like, I had a job to go look at, or I had an appointment, and I would be like, oh, can we schedule that to late in the afternoon because I want to sit here trading. But again, it is I've made more money this week by not being in front of my computer, just setting my trades, setting my stops, and walking away from the screen and doing other things. And I think by not watching your trade every second of the day, you can allow it to play out, right? You allow it, you give it time, right? You don't look what happened with SPY just a few minutes ago. We thought that our trade was negated, and then you get a huge bearish candle right at the top of the range, so sometimes read a book or change to a different chart. Give your trade an opportunity to work out. Give yourself such risk, right? That's why people talk a lot about setting stops. I think setting stops in options is a little bit different because premium moves around a lot, but you got to at least have a mental stop, right? Or a target or a goal. and then stick to that as best as you can. If you don't, guys, what happens is what happens to everybody, right? You just lose money. That's what happens if you don't have the discipline. If you choose not to invest in building that discipline, and by that I mean books, education, groups, mentoring, all that stuff. If you don't do none of that stuff, then you're gonna pay for your education one way or the other. So that's gonna be through losing money, right, in the market, giving it, and I heard somebody tell me, like, you don't lose money in the stock market. Somebody just takes it from you, right? You bought high and sold low, or your trading work out, but you're not losing money. Somebody's just taking that money from you, a more experienced trader, the marketplace, because you're coming to the marketplace unexperienced. And make no mistake, man, I've reached the conclusion that this is a rigged game. This is a rigged game. It is not made for the small players like us to make a lot of money here. So just know the rules. That doesn't mean you can't win. It just means you got to know the rules. And once you know the rules and you stick to your rules and you develop discipline, man, it's this skill. Nobody can take this skill away from you. You can open up your computer from anywhere in the world and make money in a day. It is an amazing skill. I don't think there's anything like it. There's nothing like it, man. I made $850 yesterday, and I wasn't even at my computer. I literally wasn't even at my computer. So, that was the power of trading, cannot be overlooked. But, just like, there's these success stories, there's all these horror stories as well, and they usually, I think those fail stories are rooted in greed. It's rooted in lack of discipline. Yeah, you'll have a bad trading day. Yeah, nobody wins every day. You're not going to bat 100, but it's really about being a disciplined trader, right? And I think you learn, and when you start talking to other traders and learning how other people trade and things like that, you start to understand that, it starts with you, not just discipline in trading, but like discipline in your life, like discipline in your life. And if you can have discipline in your life and extract that or apply it to all areas of your life, you're going to succeed, man. And no matter what you take on, you're going to have success, because discipline is hard, right? Delaying gratification, delaying that instant mentality, it takes discipline. It takes a strong mind. And especially, nowadays, I'm 45, I graduated high school in 97. It's a different world out here today, right? I'm seeing it in my kid. I have a 23-year-old man. He's my firstborn, and I see what their generation is doing and what struggles they're having, and it's completely different, right? And you guys, the younger generation is now, you guys have access to all these people online that we've never met in person, and they have the capacity to paint a rosy picture, and we want that, right? We've been brainwashed that way in society. Like we want the best, we want more, we want nice, fancy, shiny things, and we're in an environment where people are telling you, yeah, you can have this too, just buy my course. Yeah, you can have it all too, just buy my course. And that's the reality, right? That's the reality. So be careful, put in the work. That's all I can say. Put in the work, and the money will show up, right? Or the money, or whatever, fill in the blank. It's not all about money, but if you put in the work, you'll get what you want out of life. Believe me, and ask God for it too. Like, there's nothing wrong with prayer, and if you ask, you shall receive. It's a principle of the universe, right? But you gotta ask for it. You gotta ask for it and then work for it, right? Like they're not just gonna give it to you. I used to run a lot, and I used to do a lot of trail runs, and I did a marathon. I did the LA marathon once. And, the level of commitment required to finish a 26.2 mile race. If you want to talk about, if you come race day unprepared, you're going to pay on a marathon, even half a marathon. You come to race day unprepared, you don't have the proper nutrition, the proper training, the proper endurance, all these things that you need to do to withstand a 13.1 or 26.2 mile run. Like you're gonna pay, right? So it's like, I think it's no different from anything you experience in life, right? If you don't come at your best, then you're gonna not get the best results. Wow, look at me on my soapbox today. Crazy. All right, guys, just keeping us preoccupied so you're not staring at charts and getting worried. so far our trades are playing out well today. And then I'm seeing a green candle on Apple right at support, and I'm seeing a little bit of bounce on Tesla, which, you know, those two stocks trade within the SPY. So anything bullish on those two might drive the SPY higher, but it could also just be the relief that this pattern formation is experiencing, right? Up and down, overall trending down, but you're getting the little reliefs, the little rips and dips happening on SPY. But yeah, Apple and Tesla are part of that index. Excuse me. So we might start seeing a change of direction here on SPY just based on these two stocks, right? I mean, you want to trade the chart that's in front of you, but still, you know, we look for influencers within that index. So we got about 5 more minutes into the next candle formation. We'll see what SPY does here. And Boeing has lost the five-day EMA line support, which is great for us. That is the trade of the month so far. And looking at Apple, finding support at that level, right? So you can see that there's this little support here. You know, good places to add probably to your position if you're sitting on shares. Maybe. All right, here's SPY retesting the top of the range. Watch the price action there. I didn't realize being on, speaking, you know, because I have to speak on this thing, obviously, right? It's like I didn't realize how, how difficult it is to have something to say, and then also the wear on your voice for speaking. So, anyway. All right, watching it really test the top of the range here on SPY. Let's see what it's gonna do. Remember the last time what it did? It hit the top of the range and it sold off. Now we're still a lower low here, so we'll see what it does. Look at Boeing, man. Ooh, that's so nice. I got about 4 more minutes to the next candle here on SPY. BABA continues higher. BABA could be forming a bull flag, maybe forming a little bull flag on the hourly chart. I'll bring that up for us here to look at together. So let me bring it up here. What did I say, BABA? So look at BABA, right? So look at this move on BABA on the way up, right? It's approaching that level that we were talking about. Right, the 78.05, right? I think last time I brought that up, it was like at 77.05 or something crazy like that. But anyway, the point is that, this is a little bullish flag here, right? So you see the pop, right? And now it's starting to form. It's still what we would call an immature bullish flag, but a bullish flag nevertheless. And think about all the things we have going for us here. We're above the 5-day EMA line. We've got volume coming in. We're forming possibly a little bit of a bullish flag there. And we're above the 5-day EMA line, like we said. You know, maybe takeoff time for that stock. Maybe. Excuse me, guys. Got a frog in my throat. That's what it feels like. All right. Here's the SPY hitting the top of the range here. We got about 2 more minutes to go. Candle will probably open up above the channel now. So we're gonna see if that's gonna change, if the momentum's gonna change, or the market direction is gonna change. You can almost do a little bit of a rising channel here too if we wanted to. Let's see. Right. So here's your something like this maybe. Right, so now we have an upward channel there as well as a downward channel. We've got about 2 more minutes here for the next candle. So those are the kind of things you can do in your chart, to kind of help you navigate the ups and downs of intraday, especially on 0 DTE. That's my client texting me back from yesterday's job. He's very happy. All right, so I'm starting to see a little bit of red here on Apple, upper left-hand quadrant. Still a bit of a pullback on Tesla, testing the 5-day EMA line. And look at SPY's reaction here, right? So you're seeing that. One more minute to the next candle here. Oh, this jam is dope. I like this jam. 30 seconds to the next candle here. All right, traders. Happy Hump Day.
Hump Day, yeah.
All right, should get the next candle here now. There it is. All right, so let me adjust this. Let's see what it does now. Let's see if Tesla loses support here. We'll see. Just gonna watch your SPY. A little confluence here. All the lines are kind of meeting in here, so a little bit hard to see. See if this candle can expand. Sweet. So I had some leftover material for my job, and the job was profitable, and so I offered my customer that I'd give him the square footage of his office, whatever his square footage is for his office, that I'd give it to him so then he can fix his office, and he took that very well. So take care of your customers, guys. You know, these are the people that pay the bills. Like happy customer is like, what did they say? Happy life, happy wife, or happy wife, happy life. Well, happy customer, happy life. That's true as well. So interesting watch here on SPY. See what it does here. This is a 15-minute chart, so we'll see what it does. We are sitting on puts for the day, 515 puts. So we're outside the money, $1.50 or so away from the money. So that is a losing trade as of right now. But we do have this downward channel working for us, and we're gonna see if we can stay within this channel on the overall downward momentum here, downward trend. But if this trend changes, we might just get out, or we might just hang on to it, just for the simple fact that we're extremely profitable with our Boeing trade. So, but it's probably not a good risk management or cash management strategy. I mean, why give away those $50 if you don't have to? Oh, this jam's dope too. Yeah, let's go. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Let's go. That thing bangs. All right, music's brought to you today by who's showing us today? It is Infraction, no copyright music on YouTube. Give them a follow. They are providing our music today. I like this jam though. All right, starting to break the top of this channel here. Remember, that's been the pattern though, right? Like drop, pop, drop, pop, drop, pop. So not discouraged at all yet. Let's go. All right, hope you guys are making money today. We are sitting in SPY puts that are not working out, but our Boeing play is. Starting to see the market, a little bit of green shoots here on Tesla and on Apple. Maybe the bottom is in for the day. We have quite a range to go on SPY though, right? So we have our pre-mark. This is our previous day low from the spike yesterday, the little dump that happened after the CPI data that came out. So the bottom of the range is no, not the bottom of the range. What am I talking about? The previous day low is way down here, and then we're kind of sitting at the yesterday's highs here. I'll show you what I mean here. Let me blow up this chart real quick. All right, so right when we do our pre-market levels in the morning, let me put this at least an hour so it's not so convoluted. So when we do our levels in the morning, right, we know that right, this is our previous day high, previous day low. Our green line is our pre-market high, and then our pre-market low is right here, which is that red dotted line. So those are our levels to watch today. We do that every morning pre-market. We set those levels. And then the range for the week on the SPY is 520 to the top side and 503 to the downside. Let me turn this music down. Hang on. Sometimes I think it drowns me out. Anyway, let me show you. What was I saying here? So SPY has an expected move of $8.62 for the week. So it would be 520 to the top side and 503 to the downside. So we're kind of hanging out at the top of the range here. Which could just doesn't really mean anything. It just kind of gives you levels to watch as you're trading for the week. So it's just that. But like I said, I've been trying to preach to my watchers here, whoever watches the stream, that you need to have a little bit of a plan going into the day. You don't have a game plan. Don't just approach the market and pick stocks and go, I think I'm going to join this one today. Like really have a process for yourself, and do some pre-planning. So then you don't get burned on these trades. I mean, it happens every day. We get burned on trades. They take our money. So don't let that happen to you. And how you avoid that is by, having an idea of how you're going to trade the day, especially if you're going to be trading intraday. Have an idea of what you want. What do you want to see, and what do you need to see in order for you to place a trade or get out of a trade, things like that. Have an idea. So that's why I set my levels. I know that this is the previous day high. I know this is my pre-market high. I know that those are areas of resistance, right? I know that, if we break those, we probably have momentum to the upside because they will be breaking the previous day high. So those little things like that are going to help you. And you really just get that experience from spending time in the charts and watching the price action and back testing and asking questions and looking for the answers, watching other people trade, developing your own little strategy. So all these little things, man, it's part of the journey. So make no mistake, man, you're just no free lunch. You're not going to make $10,000 just because you put that money to work for you. It just doesn't work that way, and the unexperienced, undisciplined traders will come out losers. That's just the reality of it. And not just in trading, in life, right? So it's not just a trading thing. You got to come prepared. Better comes correct, son. That's how the young kids would say it. You better comes correct. All right, look at SPY. They're breaking that channel now. So we have like two channels going on SPY now. So we're watching both. So we're watching the upward channel here forming, and then we do have a overall channel here. And it's still respecting that top of this range here. Still getting rejected up there. So let's see what gives. And if you're in options, this is what eats your premium, right? It was not going up to get out, and it's not going down to make money. It's just sitting in the middle. You're out. You're out of the money. So your premium is just eroding away as this time decay effect takes place, right? So you got to get to 515 before the end of the day. It's like a race. You got to get to 515 before the end of the day. If not, you paid $50 to do that. All right, we got about 2 more minutes here for the next candle. And we'll see if this breaks this channel finally. But you're seeing some bullish momentum here on Tesla, and Apple is holding the upward support line here. So good signs for those stocks. Interesting here. Got about 1 more minute to the next candle. Yep, exactly. 55 seconds. We'll see what this next candle gives us on SPY. Hasn't really picked. I mean, it has an overall downward trend, right? I mean, you see that. It's pretty clear, right? But then we hit this bottom, right? And when you see these kind of candles, it's an indecision candle, right? Who won here? The winners, who was the losers? It's just an indecision candle. So maybe a little bit of an indecisiveness in the market, at least on SPY. All right, here's your next candle here shortly. Oh, I'm tripping. Got it. Yeah, it's a minute now. I'm sorry. Apparently, I don't know how to tell time. Yeah, so now we're 40 seconds away. So look what's happening. Right as we're hitting where the next candle's going to print, you're starting to see a little bit of rejection happen here. And if that happens, the next candle should open below the 5-day MA line here. All right, there's your next candle. Oh, I'm tripping, guys. 8:30 is our next candle, not 8:25. Oh my god. Oh, come on, dude. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, Boeing going good. It's losing that 5-day MA line. Tesla, a little bit of a bounce. Apple's holding just barely, guys. I mean, it literally just barely. Just barely. It's barely hanging on. So we do got about, what was it? What did we say? I'm tripping. We do got about 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes here to the next candle. All right, traders. Man, 8:26. So I'm going to bring this up again real quick, just if anybody's on here, just to show you guys. So this is, I keep this sheet around. I keep that sheet around and I study it, right? So when I'm sitting on my hands, not doing anything necessarily, I'm kind of studying this little sheet here to help me try to remember patterns as they're happening. So you can find this online anywhere. If you don't want to look for it, you want to ask me for it, I guess you can just hit me up. Follow me on Instagram at Shimano Trader, and I'll get it over to you. But other than that, these are things to keep, just keep them around. Study them when you get a chance. Look at them when you're in your downtime, in between, in between something, in between doing things. Keep it around and study it and get familiar with patterns because it helps you. And if you've been watching me trade, you'll see that you'll find drawings on my chart. You'll find notes. You'll find like highlights of candle formations that just intrigue me. Then I go back and look for an explanation as to why that happened. So, you got to put in the work, man. If you want to have a long career in trading, if you want to be able to, pull thousands of dollars out of the market at any given moment, you need to put in that time. I think an analogy people use is like if you read a book and then you got to actually go out and try it, right? You could read all the books you want and everything. I think that's where the example comes at. If you read the book on how to be a good basketball player, you don't just become a good basketball player because you read the book, right? It just doesn't work that way. So you have to learn it and then go out there and execute it, fail a couple of times, and then get back up and then get back into it. And that's how you build that's how you build that fortitude that you need in this emotional game that is called stock trading. It is an emotional lifestyle for sure. I mean, there's been moments that I'm pissed off at my family because I lost money in the stock market. They don't even know why. I don't even know why. I'm just mad. I have a frown in my face. I don't feel good. I'm moody. I'm short. And, my wife, who knows me well, she'll be like, not a good day in the market, huh? And I'm like, damn, how do you know that? Right? Like, how do you know that? So protect the people around you. Don't let, that's what I mean, right? So that's why you can't use money. There was a quote that I heard, Josh Answers, the trading fraternity. Shout out to those guys, man. It's my inspiration for trading, and not for trading, my inspiration for streaming. But he talks about this quote because sometimes we'll do, we'll take risky trades during earnings time. Like there's this whole strategy called 2 standard deviation, and you know that's why I'm in Lyft. I'm in Lyft on I'm in leap calls for Lyft for January of 2025. I got those for like $20, and I'm up like, you know, I'm up a lot on them. But you know, they don't expire till January of 2025. But anyway, he talks about, you know, before he starts telling us what the plays are, and we start executing our plays. He tells us, he goes, hey, you know, money that you need is cursed, right? So if you need this money and you're gonna put this money on this trade and say, I need to double my money, I'm gonna listen to what Sergio says, I'm gonna listen to what Shimano Trader says, I'm gonna listen to what Josh says, and you need that money, it's cursed money. You should not be spending money that is either picking between feeding your family and trading the stock market. Should not be even a question. All right, got the next candle. Now for real, guys. This one's for real. Here it is. All right, that's your next candle right now. Bam, there it is. So now, right? So it's an obvious trend to the downside, right? It's not, you're not, your tricks are not, your eyes are not deceiving you. You see this downward trend happening. So you can capitalize on that, but you know, you gotta manage your risk, right? Things can change in a minute, in a second. All right, let's adjust this here. All right, so I extended it, and you see how it's going down, staying below the 5-day MA line. All good indicators that we're we're on the right side of this trade so far. Let's see where we're at, by the way. All right, so our SPY trade is now down $12.50. So we're still down 23% on that trade. It cost us, full transparency here, it cost us $54 to buy that trade plus 65 cents contract fee. So now it is down $14.50, but we're going to stay in that trade because it's going in our direction. So we're going to continue to stay there. Our Boeing trade update, 362% trade on Boeing so far. 362% trade on Boeing so far. I'm taking that baby to expiration, man. I mean, outside of it just rocketing up, which I doubt. I mean, people are dying around the name of Boeing. I probably shouldn't laugh about that, but you know, that is going to remain bearish, and we're in pretty good on Boeing. I'm so happy. That's been a great trade this week. Yeah, see, very slow day. Yeah, indeed, Sean. That's right. All right, so now we're watching, you know, if you want to, you know, we have this upward channel here, the upward channel, right? So now the price action has fallen out of that channel, right? And now it's kind of almost retesting the bottom, right? It fell out of the channel. Now it's testing the bottom of the channel. It's falling out and it's testing it. So we're going to see what happens here. Might get rejected now, right? Now this, what used to be support now becomes resistance. So we'll see what this candle does here in the next couple minutes here, and see if it gets rejected, and it's going to continue to respect the downward trend of the downward channel. So seems like the downward channel is winning over the upward channel here. So we're watching that together. All right, just looking around the marketplace here. IoT is chilled out. Baba still forming that bull flag. Lyft is possibly forming a bull flag as well. Not looking really good there as well. And then AMD is at the bottom of our weekly range. If you know what that means, the expected range for AMD, the bottom side was 193.52, and we're at 194.63. We've actually breached that level at least once, but we are now at the bottom of the range in AMD, and that could just mean that we're going to reverse to the upside, or it could also mean that there's further room to fall. All right, traders, see what kind of price action have. Really slow day in the market today. Hopefully you guys are in some winning trades. Also, let us know where you're joining us from. If you're joining us from anywhere in the country, outside of the country, I'd love to shout out your country. And you know, I have always enjoyed meeting people, and I love to hear from where you guys are at and where you're joining me from. So Put it in the chat. Let me know where you guys are joining us from, and thanks for hanging out with us today. All right, still seeing some good moves here on Boeing. Still starting to really break that support there on the 5-day EMA line. Apple still holding the upward support line here, little upward support line, and Tesla is now retesting the 5-day EMA line here. See what it does. Chips look weak today too. I haven't seen Nvidia, but AMD's down. Marvel's down as well. Nvidia's down 4.22%, and so is Marvel. So that's interesting. A little bit of a pullback maybe there on chips. Baba might be breaking out, and so maybe Lyft. Let me see if I can switch that real quick on the OBS here real quick. I'll show you what I mean. So here you go. See what I mean? So on this chart here, you have a lift here, little bullish flag. You're seeing Baba here almost break out of this bullish flag too, right? So this is your pole, this is your flag, right? Seeing a little breakout. So Baba and Lyft are looking really solid for upward momentum. You can jump into calls, not a recommendation, not financial advice. You can and will lose money, but Lyft and Baba look solid for a breakout. Specifically, Baba at this level here. Let me see if I can extend that level. This is the endpoint here. Let me see. Do it to the 15. All right, so now you're gonna have this is your breakout area. $78 on Baba is your breakout area, and on Lyft you're just gonna get above the EMA line here. I'm sorry, you're gonna break out of this bullish flag formation, and that should give you some upward momentum there. So yeah, keep those on watch, man. Those look strong. And then SPY continuing, just overall trend is looking down for SPY. So we're going to remain in our puts for today. And then Boeing, oh, man, Boeing's been so profitable, man. Not only in this trade, but just for the year, like the entire year I've been watching Baba. And that's another thing that I tell anyone who wants to listen, which is, pick a handful of stocks. Like have your handful of stocks that you watch daily, you interact with daily, you chart, There's, I don't know what it says, over 12,000 shares, or I'm sorry, over 12,000 stocks or something like that, or maybe even more than that. So why are you chasing down every stock, every Planter, Rivian, SoFi, it just have your basket of fries. Have your basket of fries. You have your basket of fries too. Have your basket of stocks that you're familiar with, right? Get familiar with those stocks and how they move, and then you're able to trade, right? You get very comfortable watching how they trade. So that's one of the best advice that I got is don't be switching companies. Look for a handful of stocks, and then you have your spec. You have your little basket of speculation stocks, but have a handful of stocks that you like to trade. Tesla, Apple, whatever they are. Have that little basket of stocks, and then get familiar with them. Watch them all the time. Even if you're not trading them, watch the price action on them. You'll start getting this familiarity with them. Right? And you start getting very comfortable, and you don't get too crazy when they move up or down. All of a sudden, you're reading news about it. You're searching information on it, and it's almost like you ever heard that thing about your reticular, right? Where it says, let's say you want to buy a Toyota Tacoma, and you're like, I want a red Toyota Tacoma, right? And that's all you're thinking about. And then when you're driving, all you see is red Toyota Tacomas everywhere. Well, it's the same thing with this example, right? If you have your basket of stocks that you like, and you're always into it, and you're watching and you're reading up on it, then you'll tend to be drawn to more. You'll be more aware of what that company is doing, and it can help you trade, right? So any edge we can develop as traders is a good strategy. Bond action today at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be what, 10 o'clock our time? Yeah. So we'll see what happens in the bond action. That could be a catalyst for the market. So you guys be careful out there. Trade with caution. So that'll be in about an hour and a half. We're gonna get the bond sale results. Raise more money. All right, we got about 5 more minutes into the next candle here on SPY. We're really kind of just, like slowly grinding down overall intraday. So look, funny thing, right? We talked about this candle. Right now, it fell out of the channel and now it's being rejected at the bottom of the channel. It's now what used to be support is flipped into resistance. So we see if this candle can get back into this channel, or it's going to continue to grind lower and start using this as the resistance line as it tries to break through that. Patience is the name of the game, guys. So you come hang out with me. Let's listen to some tunes. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about business. What are we doing? What are you doing? How are you moving your money around? What are you focused on outside of shares? You got to be business related, right? It's all to make us grow. Not just all about money, but just personally growing as well. So, feel free to share anything like that or start a conversation about those topics, and, we'll jump on that. We'll jump on that topic and expand on it as we watch, as we trade, and not just be so focused on the trading side of it so much, but just have a combination. I have a community of people that are just like-minded. Listen to some good copyright music. All right, we got about 5 more minutes here on the next candle. Slow price action today. Oh. Okay, good. Yeah, so chips look pretty weak still. If you're looking at Marvel, if you're looking at AMD, I'm not gonna look for Nvidia. I mean, there's just so much. Nvidia is that's another level, right? That's just a whole different level there. But Marvel and AMD are selling off a bit. And look at SPY, right? Like now got rejected here. It got rejected right at the bottom of this channel. So what used to be support, right? Support, breach, retest, rejection. So you see that, and those are the kind of things that you want to look out for, as you can see that it's going to continue to go down, or at least we have the probabilities, right? Nothing's for sure, and as traders we want to talk about probabilities, not a for sure, oh, it's going to go down. You could say there's a high probability that this is going to continue lower. That's probably the proper way of saying it. We get caught up in all that stuff, man. I mean, we really what's the word that we use? We project how we're feeling onto the market rather than letting the market show us what's really happening and then allowing us to react and adjust to the market. We start saying, oh, this is going to continue lower, like we have a lot of certainty. So when we say things like there's a probability of it going lower, it kind of checks you a little bit. It kind of makes you go, it's not for sure, but high probability. Give you guys a quick Bitcoin price. Bitcoin 72,908.
Damn.
I know. Almost 73,000 on Bitcoin. Good luck, man. All my diamond hands, congrats, man. All my Bitcoin enthusiasts. I've been preaching Bitcoin for years. Told all my friends and family about it. Whether they took me up on it or they didn't, it doesn't matter. I've got my exposure into Bitcoin, and I'm really glad that I got into it and I discovered that. I actually discovered it on my own, on the Cash App. We used to go out to lunch when I used to work. We used to go out to lunch and we used to split the bill, and everybody had a Cash App and we used to send each other money. And then I started looking around. I've been trading for years, so I was curious, and I'm like, oh man, what's this Bitcoin digital currency stuff? And I started reading into it, and it was so cheap. It was so easy to buy. I was just, all right, you could buy like $1 worth, $2 worth, and that's how my journey started with crypto. And yeah, it's been great. It's been great. Just, especially if you're a trader, man, like why wouldn't you want to be exposed to something like Bitcoin? It just blows my mind. And I've been in it for years. I've been through the whole speculation bubble. It's gonna go away, everything. And that's what all my people and all my friends and family would tell me. They would just parrot the same thing. Oh, it's a scheme. Everybody's gonna lose their money. Blah 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 blah. And meanwhile, here we are at 73,000 guys. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. You got to be able to see the opportunity in things, and you got to be able to go against the grain. You can't roll with the crowds, and that's how you get rewarded. That's how you get rewarded, by not going with the crowds. Contrarian thinking is not usually a bad thing. And sometimes you're early, right? And you feel dumb because you're here early and you're like, damn, maybe I made a mistake. And then you learn to trust your instinct. You learn to trust your gut. You learn to say, you know what? It's gonna happen. Watch, right? Especially if you have all these things that we talk about. You have this mental checklist or a physical checklist. These things have happened, therefore I can make this decision or execute this trade or buy this business. There's if you do your due diligence, even if you're wrong in the end, you ain't gonna feel stupid. I think you feel stupid when you place a trade because you just have a hunch. Like you feel real stupid real quick. All right, that's your next candle here. Still below the 5-day EMA line, which is the green line. We're going to adjust this. This is a real cool tool because it doesn't let you extend it until the candle has printed. Once the candle has printed, then it lets you adjust the regret. It's called a regression channel. So, still down. It's pushing down the 5-day EMA line. You can see that. And then we've fallen out of this channel. Try to get back into it. Got rejected. So, even more higher probability that we're going to continue to go to the downside today. Apple still struggling here with this area of support. Oh, this candle here is I call this an indecision candle. This kind of like almost like a doji, right? Kind of a little bit of indecision. But I usually don't give them a lot of. I don't pay attention to them when they're in the middle of if they're at the bottom of a move, they're powerful. If they're at the top of a move, they're powerful. But in the middle like this, it doesn't really carry a lot of weight. All right, Sean's putting out some stuff on the chat here. Where to see the bond action results here. That would change everything. Usually that spikes the market. It impacts the market one way or the other. And maybe that's what we're waiting for, to really pick a direction here. Even though we're still grinding down. I mean, make no mistake, we are grinding lower, right? And you see, by having these items to check against before exiting a position or entering a position, it keeps you calm, right? You don't get all like, oh, like when it started moving up here, you're like, oh my god, I should just get out. Because look, so the overall momentum is trading down. All right, traders, we got about 15 more minutes and we'll be off air. Just want to thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate your love and support. Don't be shy. Put it in the chat if you have a question. If you have, you want me to shout out where you guys are joining us from. Let us know where in the world you're joining us. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I don't know if you guys ever remember that. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, but I used to love that game. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. So let me see what else is going on around the world here. Let me see. So IoT has we've been talking about IoT, Lyft, and Baba today. AMD is gonna break that bottom of the range here, so we might get some more selling pressure. And Lyft is flagging bullish, and so is Baba. So check those two out if you're looking to trade. Not financial advice, not a recommendation. You can and will lose money, so trade safe, guys.
Good luck, traders.
Man, Baba's like, is it done selling off or what? So like, meh. Just dump. You keep dumping. Where are we at on that, by the way? 348% on that trade, man. It's incredible. Amazing. And we're trying to stay patient, right? I think I shared with some of you guys earlier today that I was in the same exact trade with Apple last week on Monday. Like I had 180 puts from the gate, and like an hour later I closed it and I made like $40 or $50, whatever it was. And then it ended up going down to like 165 later in the week. And I was like, oh, brutal, right? And why? Because of the quick money, right? You want to make the quick money. So you want to make the quick money, but the big money is in the patience for sure. All right, continuing down here on SPY. See if it can breach that 516 level. But look at that, right? Look at it starting to consolidate almost sideways, where we had this downward now, and now it just feels like it's starting to consolidate a little bit, maybe flatten out. Probably waiting for the bond auction to close before it really picks a direction. So we'll see where that goes. Most likely stay in this trade a little bit longer. It's right now it's down. It's down 1750. So it's down 32%. Right? It cost us $54. So we've already given up about 1750 of that. So it's about 34% down on the SPY trade currently. I was talking about this doji right here in the middle here that I'm kind of highlighting. This little doji, you know, it's usually a reverse or a change of trend signal. But I find them more powerful at the bottom or at the top of a move. But right now, look, it's actually, you know, it might be a little change of direction here for us. But we'll see. It's still under the 5-day EMA line. We ain't overreacting. Then the S&P is at 5167. The high is 5189. Futures look, futures are pulling back a little bit. Down about 7.25, 0.14%. So futures are pointing down a little bit. Do you think you're slowly dying? Maybe SPY comes back up here to the top, to the bottom of this range again to get rejected again. We'll see. We'll see if that plays out that way.
Hump Day, yeah.
Yeah, happy hump day to you guys. It is Wednesday, the middle of the week already. Geez, it's already the middle of March. Q1 is about to be over. Where are you at with your resolutions? Where are you at with your goals? You know, it's a good time. Take stock, man. Every quarter, that's why in games, like in football games, in basketball games, right? Like, you know, you end a quarter kind of to reassess. You break the game down into quarters, you know, and kind of it's a good thing to apply to your life. You know, oh, Q1, where am I at with my goals? You know, what was I trying to accomplish in 2024? You know, take stock. You know, still got 3 quarters left. Still got an opportunity to adjust, make adjustments in the game, as they like to say, right? To win the game. So, you know, yeah, we're 15 days away from Q1 ending. Well, it's kind of crazy how fast time goes, man. It felt like just yesterday was, you know, eating a tamal. Eating tamales, man. And champurrado and hot chocolate, you know, and it's a good time. And I love the fall, especially because of football, right? So we like the fall when the fall comes around. It's fun times, man. It's fun times. That time of the year is my favorite time of the year. It's nice and chilly, you know, jackets, hoodies, beanies, and fun times with friends and family. I really like that time of year. It's like my philosophy is to like really work hard Q1 through Q3 to kind of chill out in Q4. You know, Q4, like even business slows down a lot. People are in the holiday mood. So it's a good time to just kind of chill out, you know, and enjoy the fruits of your labor with friends and family and food. Oh, the food. All right, so we're continuing to watch the price action here on SPY. We are sitting on 515 strike price is our put play for today. Bought it for $54. We're down about $17, 32% or so on that. We're going to see if that plays out for us towards the end of the day as we're pushing the end of the show here. The SPY downward channel is working out pretty well. It's actually a pretty cool tool where it allows you to the channel adjusts on the next candle. So as the candles are being printed, you can adjust that channel, but it adjusts itself, right? So you got to activate it, but it'll adjust to what the price action is on the next candle. And then we have this upward channel that we've broken. So SPY has broken out of the upward channel and came back up to retest it and got rejected. It's doing the same again right now. It's trying to test it again, and it looks like it's getting rejected. So we may continue to go lower. I know we have the bond auction being released here in about an hour or two, which will be a catalyst for the market too. That could be negative or positive. We'll see. And so trade carefully, position yourselves, watch your position size. But this downward channel is being respected, and it might get, we might continue to get rejected all the way down at 515 or not. Probabilities, guys, probabilities. Oh, that morning coffee, man. So good. All right, so you're starting to see a little bit of a green shoot here right after the indecision candle. And we're starting to see a little bit of green on Apple. And we're starting to see a little bit of green on Tesla. Tesla's coming up to this level. See if it gets rejected at this level. Nice little candle there on SPY. But again, rejected a little bit here, rejected at that channel. So we'll see if it respects that. All right, Boeing's starting to roll over here too. That's exciting to see. We're going to continue. We're going to try to squeeze all the juice out that lemon. All right, starting to see a little bounce on AMD. It's respecting the bottom of that range. The weekly expected range is being respected. All right, so good advice there from Sean. Trade smart, right? He's probably talking about the auction coming up. It might be a catalyst for the market. It can drop us pretty fast or spike us. All right, Bitcoin 72,796. Shout out to all my Bitcoiners. All right, starting to test the top of this channel here on SPY. Looks like a little bit of momentum there. See what happens.
Hump Day, yeah.
All right, Lyft is getting ready for liftoff. So is Baba. We talked about those two forming bullish flags. So again, but with the bond coming up, trade carefully. Those are good, something to look at. We also looked at the cup and handle pattern forming on Lyft. So go and check that out as well. Yeah, man. But you know what, traders? Hey, just want to thank you very much for joining us today on The Spread. Remember, we are a live trading show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. That's 30 minutes before market opens to 9 a.m. Pacific time. We are on the West Coast. I am Shimano Trader. You want to hang out and just stay in contact, you can subscribe to the show. Please subscribe to the show here on Tradecaster. You can also subscribe to our show on YouTube. And you can subscribe right from the Tradecaster stream. But please follow us, support the show, follow me on Instagram, and then again, come back again Friday, and then we'll close out the week. Let you guys know if we're still in that Boeing trade. But other than that, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your time in the market. Make sure you go outside and get some sun, and always remember to ask God for help. Other than that, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today and spending a little bit of time with me. Good luck the rest of the way. Shimano Trader out.
Hump Day, yeah!